Oh,
Okay.
oh, that's so nice, Lorena. Good to see you. Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
so nice.
teacher.
So, how was the break, Lorena?
Was a little trabalhoso, how can I say?
A little tiresome
Tiresome.
or
Yeah.
hectic. Why?
Hectic.
Yes, we can say hectic
Because
or busy or tiresome. Why?
uh, because I had a lot of presentations.
Really?
Uh, yeah, teacher.
Wow, for college.
Yes, and
Oh,
uh, there are a lot of details
mm,
about the project or
project.
yes
Wow.
or uh, buildings that
Uh-huh.
we uh, study about.
Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah, you're doing architecture. So I imagine
Yes.
it must be, yeah, it must be full of details.
Yes.
Wow. But do you like it?
Yes, I like, but it's very tired, busy.
Very tiresome, very busy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine. How long, from now, how long do you still need to study to finish, to graduate?
I think about more 3 years,
Oh, wow.
but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
because of the pandemic.
Oh, I see. I see. And everybody's studying from home, right? You're all studying online.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's more difficult.
Yes.
And you have to make all your drawings from home. So you need to have the equipment at home. Do you have that
Yes.
architect table at home?
Yes, I have in a uh, port, portátil,
Oh,
uh,
okay. Uh-huh. A portable
a portable
table.
table.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know that all the architects need to have one of those. So
Yes.
yeah.
To draw
Yes.
technique draws.
Technical to make the technical drawings. Yeah. You need to have those. So I know it's a lot of work, but
Yes.
it's good that you have a portable one so you can do your things, you can make your projects. It's important.
Yes, but nowadays, we need to use a lot of programs
Oh
in
yeah.
computer.
Yes, I know. Most things nowadays are done digitally, online, and there are
Yes,
lots of software. Yeah, lots of softwares for you to make your drawings.
yes.
Yeah, it must be really hard. Wow. Which project do you, I mean, which software are you using the most now to make your drawings?
AutoCAD, SketchUp,
Okay.
some websites,
Oh, I see.
um, to get maps, to place the buildings,
Wow. Yeah, it
uh,
must be a lot of work.
streets. Yes,
Wow.
but that's it.
Yeah, yeah. It's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. You have to
Yes.
do it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, please share with me one of your drawings one day. I would love to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to see. I love drawings and I really admire people who study architecture. I think it's beautiful.
I will send in a group.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Okay.
Yes, I would love to see. I would love to see. It's really nice. Okay, dear. So let's see what we have for today. So let me clear my drawings.
Teacher,
Yes.
today I posted my presentation of a
Oh, you
project.
posted. Where? Where did you
Yes,
post?
in Google Classroom.
Oh, really? Here, let me see.
Yes, in this activity.
Let me see. Oh, here it is. Yay. Very good, Lorena. Let me go and get it. I will download from here. Oh, nice, Lorena. Very good. Yes, today is the first part of our class today is actually the presentation. So the students are supposed to present something from units 1 to 7. And after that, we should start actually from 1 to 6, not 1 to 7, from units 1 to 6. And then after that, we should start unit 7. Yay, here you are. Good. So let me try to download. Just a moment. It's so practical, isn't it? Being able to work here on Google Classroom, everything is so much easier. It's so much better to
Yes.
the classroom. Everything is available. Let me just try now to. I can try and present from here because we can toggle full screen and we can just open it up from here using the presentation from Google. That's okay, no problem. And it looks good, so that won't be a problem. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think we can watch from here. I just don't know very well how to show the presentation from here. To be honest, I've never done it this way. So let me try to open up the
Me
presentation.
too,
Just,
teacher.
yeah, you've never used, right? Okay. So let me try to open it up here just a second. Yeah, because that's a little, it's difficult. I mean, it's different from PowerPoint. So they only give the option here to give back, and also to evaluate, but not to present. But they should give the option to download the file. So let me try to find it. Oh, I found it.
uh,
Yes, it was this little arrow here.
Yes.
Yes, this is the magical arrow. So here I can download. Yay. Perfect. Awesome. And I can also click here and present.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I knew we would find it somehow. Okay, but let me download. I think it's nice if I can have this file. It's better.
Okay.
So I can save under our other folders here. Where are your classmates? They are so lazy. Shame on them. I
Yes.
guess maybe they're working. Yeah, a lot of people
They
are working.
still. Yes.
To be honest, a lot of people are working now.
Yes.
I know he started working now and he's been working long hours. In the beginning, it wasn't so bad, but now he's been working a lot. So, and I think he's going to Barra. I'm not so sure. Barra or Recreio, but it's not very close. So he needs to take the bus. And
Yes.
at this time, there is a lot of traffic. Going back from Barra to Campo Grande, there's a lot of traffic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really bad. Elora is also working. I know that she's working now. I don't know what time she leaves. Sabrina is working. She's working at the church. I don't know what time she leaves either, but I know she's working. Saving that. Is it too heavy? Let me present from here.
Okay.
I talked to Marcus yesterday and he told me he was coming. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Can you see that? Yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. It's so
Yes.
nice.
Now,
Yes, of course. I would love to have the other
can I
students around.
present?
Yes, you
Okay.
can, sure. I would love to have the other ones here, but they are late, so you can start, no problem.
Okay. I would like to start my presentation with this question. Do you live your life the way you would like to? Let's think about it.
That's a
Next,
good one.
please.
That's a very good question. Yes, I think I crashed.
Yes.
Yes, there was a little crash here.
Yeah, no problem.
These things happen. Let me try to share the screen again. That's not the one I
Okay.
want. Let me share again. When I was exactly thinking about that question, the internet crashed. So the answer is no. I don't live my life the way I would like to because my connection sucks. How can you be happy? How can you be happy without a good connection? That's
Yes.
impossible.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Could you skip it on the slide, please?
Yes, sure. Next one. Oh, so nice.
People like to enjoy uh, life in different ways. These listed below are most common,
Mhm.
but there are many others. Let's see some examples that I put in order in the next slides.
Oh, very
Uh,
nice. Can you see that? Yeah, I put the list here. Let's see the list. Going to events, meeting some places around the world, getting to
Going
know,
out
yeah, getting to know places around the world, going out with friends.
or by yourself and the achievements.
Achievements. Great. That's awesome. Okay,
Yes, okay.
let's go.
The first one is about going to events.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
this kind of fun needs a public.
Mhm.
In other words, a lot of people go to somewhere to share their feelings
Yeah, that's true.
uh, in common, like parties, pub shows,
Mm-hmm.
to watch soccer game in a stadium, and to cheer for your favorite team. I don't
Yeah.
know, but people like these things.
Mm-hmm.
Next, please.
Yeah. I love going to concerts. Look at this picture. A lot of people wearing masks.
Yes, I I forgot the um nation where is uh
Yeah, this is a nice picture.
yes.
It's not in Brazil for sure.
Yes, is another country.
Yeah, amazing.
Uh Now we are talking about meeting some places around the world.
Yes, we
And
say here the verb, Loriana, we use is not really meeting. We meet people. Okay. When we talk,
okay,
yeah, when we talk about verbs, I mean, when we talk about places, we say we get to know places, we visit. Okay.
get to know.
Or, yes, we get to know places or we visit places. There are two possibilities.
Yes, to
Okay.
visit some places.
Okay, no problem.
Some people like enjoy their lives traveling,
Uh-huh.
and here in this screen, uh, I put a few ways that we can do this, like traveling by car or airplane, camping, or traveling by motorhome.
Yeah, fantastic ways. They are all
Yes,
very, very good. Awesome ways
I like
to travel.
traveling to travel by car because we can see a lot of landscapes
Yeah.
around the highway.
Yes, along the
Yeah.
road. Yeah. It's always very nice to travel by car because you can stop whenever you feel like.
Yes.
It's really good. Oh, beautiful. I love the pictures.
Yes,
They're so
beautiful.
nice. Yes.
Uh, the third one is going out with friends or by yourself. And I bring a few leisure
Leisure.
programs that we would leisure programs.
Leisure.
Uh, we would usually do it before the pandemic,
Yeah.
like go to the theater or cinema or concerts or museum, and going out with friends to do a picnic,
To have a picnic.
to have a picnic.
Yeah, that's true. Nowadays, we can't do those things, right?
Yes, very sad because
It
I love
is.
it.
Yeah, me too. We can't have those gatherings anymore. Going to the
Yes,
movies, wow, that used to be so nice.
yes,
I miss going to the movies.
yes, me
Mhm.
too.
Yeah. Looking at these pictures, I have the feeling that these things are like um, from a history book. You know, when you are reading a history book and you see,
Yes, like a nostalgic.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yes,
And then you look at these photos and you go like, oh my God, all these things belong to the past.
they are very healthy.
Yeah, wow,
Yes,
it's sad.
yes.
Okay, wow, how nice.
The last one, but not least, is achievements.
Oh, great.
And this topic is about the main achievements of
Mhm.
our lives, but it depends on
Mhm.
uh, what each person plans for their lives.
Yeah, that's true.
And I put picture of a baby uh, that symbols birth. Another is graduation, or to buy a house or a car, and so on.
Perfect. Those are very good achievements, very important,
Yes, mainly in Brazil.
yeah,
Brazil.
especially here. Yeah,
Yes.
I love those images. They're so nice. Congratulations, Lorena. Beautiful
Thank you,
presentation.
teacher.
You have a very good taste. Oh,
Yes, but nowadays, uh, in this pandemic, have been very difficult
yeah,
to do things outdoor
yeah,
um, because of the virus. But we can't stop planning or doing things uh,
that's right.
you
Yeah,
would like to do. And
that's
yes,
true. Yeah, we have to keep hope. We have to,
yeah, keep safe.
yeah, keep safe. That's true. We
Yeah,
have to keep believing, but it's really strong. I never thought we would have a moment in life like this, that all the
yes,
planet would get sick at the same time.
yes.
So many people died.
A lot of people dying.
Yeah. That was very tragic. And
Yes.
sometimes I stop and think, and I find it hard to believe that this is happening, you know. It seems like a
Yes.
nightmare, and I think, okay, in a few minutes I will wake up and this is over. But no, this is not a nightmare, it's true.
Yes. I think the end is next. I don't
The
know.
end
Is
is near. You think so?
arriving. I don't know.
You think so? Yeah.
I hope. I hope.
Yeah, me too. Let's have hope. Let's have hope.
Yes.
Yeah. But wow, the images are amazing. I really like the way you chose the pictures and what they represent. They are
Thank
fantastic,
you.
Lorena. Amazing. Really nice. And the final picture here, the last one, the vaccine,
Yes. The solution.
the solution. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yes.
And there are so many problems with the vaccine here in Brazil because our
Yes.
government is not buying the vaccines.
Yes.
So
The
yeah,
consumes.
they're buying little by little. So they're taking a while to arrive. Sometimes there are some delays and people don't get the vaccine when they need.
Yes.
So not to mention the other problems, right?
Yes.
That we know about, unfortunately, the corruption and
Yes. How can I say fome in English? Hungry,
hunger.
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 Yes, hunger.
Yes, you can say hunger or you can say famine also.
Yes. A lot of
Yes,
people are famine.
a lot of people are hungry.
A lot of people are hungry.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true. Or
Yes.
are suffering from hunger.
Are suffering for
From
hunger. From hungry.
hunger. Yes.
Hunger.
Yes, because they don't have jobs, right? So without a job, you don't have
Yes.
money. And without money, you don't have food. So there you have it.
Hunger and
Or famine.
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 Yes. And there is also the word malnutrition.
Malnutrition.
Malnutrition. So there is also a problem of
Malnutrition.
malnutrition. This problem affects underdeveloped countries, right? So they suffer
Yes.
malnutrition. So there is hunger,
Yes.
there is famine, there is malnutrition. That's also a pandemic.
Yes. Very sad.
Unfortunately. Yes, it is. It is true. And with the coronavirus pandemic, this problem has increased because of unemployment,
Yes.
because a lot of people are unemployed. So we have to pray a lot, have our faith. I don't know about your faith, but we have to pray. I think that's the only thing we can do. Pray a lot that
Yes.
this pandemic is over soon so people can get their jobs back, so they can have food, and this crisis can be over because a lot of people are
Yes.
suffering. It's really bad. All
I
right.
think there is another slide.
Okay, let me clear my drawings. It's really beautiful. I love this picture that you chose. Oh, how nice. I love this image here that you put.
Yes.
This is so nice.
Me too.
So shocking and so nice. It's perfect, Lorena. Very good. Okay, wow. Look at the other one.
Yes. We need to protect ourselves to keep the cares in our lives and avoid large mini meetings and use masks.
Yeah, wear masks. Yeah,
Wear masks.
yes. So we should keep social distancing. We have to avoid social gatherings. So we really need to maintain social distancing because, guys, this is really dangerous, and that's how the virus gets transmitted from one person to another.
Yes.
That's the way. So when we avoid social gatherings, we stop transmission.
Yes.
That's the only way to stop. Of course, washing your hands, wearing a mask, using the sanitizers, these will all help, but the best way to avoid is by social distancing. That's the best way,
Yes.
really, because the virus has nowhere to go. If the person is infected, the person will be infected alone. The virus will stop there.
Yes, and the virus don't choose the person
No,
uh,
yeah.
you want to
Yeah, there is no, yeah,
infect.
there is no race, there is no age, there is no
Yes,
sex, there is no religion, there is no um economic or social situation. It doesn't matter.
yes.
It doesn't matter.
Uh,
It's very, very bad. You can be rich, you can be poor,
yes,
you can be middle class. If you get contaminated, you may or may not have serious complications. You may go to hospital, you may not go to hospital. You may need to be um, treated by lots of doctors and stay in hospital for 15, 20 days. You may not. Nobody knows.
yes. Or pay expensive
Yeah,
uh, for hospital.
you have a lot of expenses. Once you get to go to hospital, you have a lot of expenses. Yeah,
Yes,
because public health system in Brazil, we know, right? We know what it is like. You end up
yes,
dying not because of COVID. You die because of the system, because the hospitals are not prepared. They don't have the
yes,
basic things. They don't have material.
yes. Very sad.
Yeah. So if you are lucky to have health insurance, your health insurance plan, then you go to a private hospital and you will have some extras because health plans nowadays, they're not covering everything. They cover only a few things, but there are some other things. If you have complications, if you go to intensive care unit and you need to do
To
ECMO,
pay.
yeah, health insurance
Yes.
doesn't cover.
Yes.
There are some equipment, there are some,
I think he is wrong.
I think so too. I think so too.
Yes.
So the family will have to spend a lot of money to keep you alive because the health
Yes.
insurance plan will not cover all the expenses of a COVID treatment. Okay, so yeah, people don't remember that. People say, if you get COVID, that's okay. You have health insurance. You go to hospital, you're fine.
Yes.
People have no idea. And not to mention after you leave hospital, because you have to do a lot of physiotherapy,
Yes.
a
Because
lot,
of the, how can I
because
say?
of the side effects of the disease.
Yes. Symptoms.
Yeah, the side effects of the disease brings a lot of problems. People have a lot of problems with the side effects. It's really bad, Lorena. I know that because I have a cousin and she was hospitalized for more than a month. She was in
Wow.
yeah, she was. She was in intensive care unit and she's young. She's younger than me.
Wow.
Yeah, she's younger than me. She got COVID. She went to hospital. She had complications. She she needed help to breathe, so she had to go into mechanical breathing. And she stayed in hospital for more than a month. I think it was a month and a half. She almost passed away. She almost died, but she went to a private hospital because she had health insurance. But she had extra expenses. And after she left hospital, my goodness,
Wow.
yeah, she had to do, she's still doing a lot of physiotherapy sessions to learn many things again, to learn how to swallow food, to learn how to speak again, to practice breathing, doing breathing exercises to strengthen the lungs. It's a hard way.
Wow.
It's a hard way. People have no idea. It's when you don't have contact with the disease like this, when you don't have a family member that has the disease in a severe way, you don't imagine. You don't have yeah,
Yes.
you don't know. You really don't know.
Or don't believe.
You don't believe, yeah, you don't believe. You don't think it's so serious.
Yes.
You don't really feel so afraid. You know,
Yes.
it's different. You have a different idea of COVID. But when you have a member in your family that had the disease and had all the complications, stayed in the hospital, and so then you know what it is, and then you feel, you take all the necessary precautions, you pay more attention, because you know what it means, because you know the dangers.
Yes.
So that's what happens to us here in our house. We are very careful because we know. My cousin was very careful and she contracted COVID. So you see, guys, it can happen to anyone.
Yes.
It can
In a
happen to
simple ways.
in simple ways, you contract the virus. And after you contract, there is no coming back. You can't say, but I was wearing a mask. Oh, but I was washing my hands. But that minute, oh, it was so fast. You
Yes.
don't have a chance to rationalize. All you can do is try to survive after you get contaminated and you have complications, right? You never know if the development of the disease will be severe or not. It's like a lottery. You don't know. It can be something mild or it can be something really bad. You only discover when and if you get contaminated.
Yes.
So I don't want to pay the price. I really
Me
don't.
too.
I don't want to
Me
see.
too.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know because it's very bad. It's very bad and painful. This is not something that, it's not a nice trip, to be honest. It's not a nice trip. And I know of a lot of people who have lost their way back. It was just a one-way trip to the hospital. They couldn't come back. Okay, and some people, a lot of people know, famous people, they never came, yeah,
Yes.
they never came back. They went and they're gone. And it's bad, it's really bad. So we have to take things more seriously and be more careful. And okay, we have to do our things. We have to work, we have to study, we have to live, but we also have to survive because life is more than everything else.
Yes.
Life is more important, really. Life is much more important than everything. And at the moment, we should um, value the moment we are living because, like many people have said, especially the ones who recovered, all of them say the same thing: value your life because life is very rare, really. Only when you go through difficult moments do you actually value the life you have.
Yes.
So the people who have been through not only COVID, but any kind of disease, cancer, or any problem, they always say the same thing: value the life you have, be more grateful, and also be more careful, and try to enjoy every moment you have with your family, with your friends. These are the most important things you have. Okay? Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You have to be more careful, yes. You have to work, you have to study, you have to produce, yes. But while the pandemic is still here, you need to survive. You need to live. Because then, if you risk your life, it may be too late. You know, it may be too late, or it may be your last chance. You never know. So This is a very nice presentation, Lorena.
Thank you, teacher.
I really like it. It's it's a wake up call. It's a wake up call to a lot of people. We really
Yes.
have to, yeah, really, we really have to pay
we
attention.
we really need to pay attention
Yeah,
about the little things.
yes, it's true. And not only protect ourselves, but protect the people around us. Because
Yes.
this disease is not a matter of I want to protect myself. No, it's not a selfish thing, but it's exactly about the people who live with you, the people
Yes. People
around you.
we love.
Yeah, exactly. Because what affects you affects the people around you as well. So you may be
Yes.
the, yeah, you may be the transmitter. You may be the way to make the other person's life um, a nightmare.
Yes.
So it's a lot of responsibility. We should think about it and really worry if we have to go out, if we have to do something outside, be more conscious, be more, you know, careful so that we protect the people who live with us. So unfortunately, not everybody thinks like that. When I watch TV, sometimes I see that a lot of people are just ignoring the pandemic.
Yes.
They just go to parties, they go to concerts, they get together. I don't know how, really. I
Yes.
I don't know how. This is so sad. Oh, how cute. Oh, Lorena, this is
Thank you,
really,
teacher.
oh, this is so cute. Wow, beautiful. Congratulations. This is very nice.
Thank you.
I love this smiley face. This is very sweet.
Yes. The colors.
Yeah, they are amazing. They're so beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Great. Awesome. That was perfect, Lorena. I loved the presentation. You did a great job.
Thank you,
Just,
teacher.
amazing. Exactly what we needed. So now, based on that, I'm back to our page here on Google Classroom, and I'd like to start our Unit 7. Here on the page, I posted the topics for the students to know what we've seen so far from Units 1 to Unit 6. Each unit and the topics that we discussed and also the grammar if people need to remember, okay? And this here is just collection of worksheets, not really worksheets because only one worksheet in reality, but only one. But here I posted some exercises, some infographics about the topic from Unit 7, which is a new unit, okay? So let's start that unit. I have a presentation for us, which is something really short, just to introduce the topic, okay? So let me open it up just a moment.
Okay.
And by the way, if you have the book, Unit 7 is on page 50, okay? All right. So can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. So what can you see in the picture, Lorena?
I see a couple hugging,
Hugging, yeah, hugging each other.
hugging. Yes, hug each
Very
other
nice.
and happy.
Yes, they seem to be very happy together. So that's what Unit 7 talks to us about. Right in the beginning, they bring the topic of soulmates. What do you understand?
Wow.
Yes. What do you understand by soulmates?
Uh, when you find someone who you really have a connection.
Yes, great, Lorena. Very good. Exactly. That's true. That's true. Yes. Great definition.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so difficult nowadays, isn't it?
Yes, but I have a
Lorena.
few, but yeah, it's really soulmates.
How nice. That's good.
Yes.
Me too. Me too. I
Yes.
have some best friends who are considered soulmates. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. I can consider my best friends my soulmates. Okay, so let's take a look. The first question is, where could you meet? Let me see if it moved. Yes. Where could you meet the love of your life?
Teacher, we can consider it soulmates with friends or or just with a couple.
No,
You
I think we can
know.
consider friends. Yeah, we can consider friends our soulmates too. Yeah, not only
Okay.
romantic soulmates, but yeah, it can be okay for friendships.
Yes. I don't know where we could meet the love. Uh, somewhere.
What are
Uh,
the typical places that people usually go and they meet the love of their life?
restaurants
Uh-huh.
or um, I don't know, restaurants.
Yeah, usually bars, restaurants,
Yes,
parties.
yes, parks,
Uh-huh. Yes, that's true. School.
school, yes, university.
Yeah, at university. That's true. These are places where people usually get together, right? People usually get
Yes,
together to discuss, talk about something. So bars, universities, right? So there is a quotation here, I think. Yes, I like this quote. It's by Richard Bach. Can you read this quote, please?
yes. A soulmate is someone who has looks that fit our keys and the keys to fit our looks.
Our locks.
Locks, okay,
Locks. Yeah.
locks.
Uh-huh. Do you know what a lock is?
Cadeado.
Yes, yes. Uh-huh. So exactly that. So they're comparing a soulmate to a person who has locks that fit our keys. Like we have the key and the person has the lock. So
Yes.
yeah. So the key we have fit that lock. We can open that lock. And the person also has keys to fit our locks. So we
Yes.
both have things in common like that. So this is a nice,
Yes.
yeah, this is a nice quote. Now, when we don't find a soulmate, our locks remain closed because we don't have appropriate keys, right? So we don't open our locks, they stay closed.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so based on that, let's see what happened to some soulmates that they've met in many different ways. We are going to see how they met. And let me go to the page here, if it's still there. Yes, hopefully. So let's take a look. Okay, can you see the page?
Yes.
Good. So let me zoom in. The title of the unit actually is Getting Along, okay? Do you know the meaning of this expression, getting along?
Yes, this guy in picture don't get along
Yeah,
with another person.
isn't getting along. Yeah,
Yes, they
he,
are fighting,
they are arguing. Yeah.
arguing. Yes.
Yes, that's right. He isn't getting along. Very good. So let's take a look at this introductory video so you see examples of couples who have met in many different ways. So let's take a look there. Let me just turn on the sound here. Right.
Where could you meet the love of your life? At school? At work? On vacation? Or just while you're waiting for the train one day? Ask any couple, and they will tell you the story of how they met and decided to spend the rest of their lives together. The stories are often simple, but sometimes they are extraordinary.
Okay, so we met in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt when was it? Not November, October last year. We are both from the same place, here, Birmingham in England, but we never knew each other before, and we've been back since to Sharm el Sheikh.
My son started playing with your son on holiday, and it sort of developed from there, really.
We met at a wedding in France, a mutual friend's wedding.
In Cannes, to be precise. It was a lovely wedding, yeah. She was a bridesmaid and I was one of the guests, and we hit it off.
So, how did you end up together?
We hit it off at the wedding.
We were put at the same table.
At the same we put at the same table. We got on very well. It was a 3-day wedding, so we got to know each other very well over those 3 days. She's from Boston in the States, so she went back there. I went back to London, where I'm from here, and we sort of had an online relationship, didn't we? And then Skype
yeah.
For a couple of months, and then she came to London to do her MBA. And we spent about a year together in London, and now
Year and a half,
and now we're in Boston living together.
We met in a bar in London, and I was on a night out after work on a Friday night with a friend of mine, and we got talking.
Right, yeah, I was actually, at the time I was doing an internship in Italy, but I went on a city break in London for about 10 days, so I went with a couple of my girlfriends, and we were just hanging out, and we saw each other, I think, pretty early on, but then he eventually, maybe like an hour later or so, came up to talk, and things kind of went from there.
But in an increasingly busy world, you sometimes struggle to meet new people. And occasionally it takes something a little out of the ordinary to bring two people together. This is Olivia and James. They recently got engaged, and they're planning their wedding, which will take place in Scotland next year. Olivia and James's love story had quite an unconventional beginning.
I put myself forward for a blind date in a magazine, in a national newspaper. And 9 months later, I got an email saying, "We found somebody, would you like to go out for dinner and meet this mystery person?" So that's how I met James, was turning up to a restaurant and seeing him for the first time.
I also wrote into the magazine, and 2 days later they contacted me and said, "Actually, I know we said we wouldn't find anyone, but we have found someone. Would you be interested in going on a blind date?" To which I obviously said yes. And about a month later, we met at the restaurant. I was told Olivia's name, and I was told what she did, how old she was, and a few interests, and that was it.
Yeah, it was the same, and they told me that James was interested in architecture, writing, and theatre, I think. Oh, yeah. Sailing. Yeah, 3 things. So.
Yeah, and I remember you were interested in the arts, I think, and also architecture. I think that's where they connected us.
So let's pause here. Did you just see how many nice couples?
Yes. In a blind meeting.
Blind date.
Blind date.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see that couple? Yes, they got together in a blind date. So do you believe in that? Do you think it's possible?
A blind date?
Yeah.
Yes, could be, but I don't know how funciona, how can I say?
How it works.
How it works, yes.
Yes, because did you say she applied for this program, I guess through a magazine. She completed her information in this magazine, and 9 months later, only 9 months later, did they call her? Yes, almost a year later, did they call her saying that they had found someone and asking her if she would like to go on a blind date. She said yes. You know, because there are some companies, I know there are some companies that they do this thing. And of course, it's not free. You have to pay some money to be part of this kind of program. You become a member, I think, and then you put your data there, you put your information, your preferences, what kind of person you're looking for, and then if they find someone that that fits your mode, so they contact you, and then they arrange a blind date and see if you're interested.
But I think this video is old because today we have Tinder.
Yes, that's true.
Other ones. And
yes, yeah, there are lots of apps nowadays, right?
Yes.
That they help people meet one another. And do you like these apps? Do you think these apps work?
Don't know, teacher.
Yeah, me neither. To be honest, I don't think they work. I don't really believe in them. I don't know. I think it's
Yes,
so.
because the people just see the appearance
Yeah, it's
on
just picture,
another
right?
person.
Yeah. I don't think it's good. I don't think it works. I think it's a waste of time. I don't
Yes,
believe in that really.
but she is more easier. But she's
It's
easier
it's easier.
than
Uh-huh.
than this program.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course, and it's free, right?
yes,
Yeah, you don't have to spend money. Yeah, that's true.
yes,
In a way, yes, but I don't think it's safe. You know what I mean?
yes.
I don't think these apps are safe, especially
I
if they're
agree.
free. You have to be very suspicious because everything that is free um, doesn't offer you a safe environment to interact with people. You have to be more careful
Yes,
because you never know who is there, you never know who you're talking to.
yes.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes the person posts a picture there on the profile, and the person posts a picture that is not the real one. The person just looks totally different from that picture.
Yes.
So it can be a disappointment, right? So it's really crazy. So that's
Yes.
why, yeah, it's difficult to trust people from these apps. I don't think it's a safe platform. That's why I don't believe. But
Yes, I agree, teacher.
yeah, it's crazy because it's easy. It's easy nowadays for you to get a nice picture of a person who is totally unknown, and then you get this image and you put there, and then you say that that person is you, isn't it?
Yes.
It's so
Yes.
easy to create a fake profile. Nowadays, everything you find are fake profiles. People create fake profiles everywhere. So you imagine you were talking to a person, but in reality, we're talking to somebody else. Like, oh my God. So yeah, it's really crazy. But
Yes.
anyway, let's say the second part of the video will give an example of something that apparently worked out, something that really worked, and they got married. So let's see what happened.
The very first time James and Olivia met was at a restaurant booked by the Guardian newspaper. Today, what do they remember about that dinner?
Well, that evening was very memorable. We talked about all kinds of different things. We talked about sailing and how we'd done the same run a few weeks earlier before we'd met.
There were lots of things, but the most remarkable thing was just how long we talked. It was sort of non-stop for about 4 hours until the restaurant closed.
Even before they had written the feedback for the newspaper article, Olivia and James knew that they wanted to see each other again.
After the date, I got a text from James the next day, which is perfect timing. And it was a really lovely text saying what a lovely evening he'd had, and it was very nice to meet me. So I immediately replied and said, brilliant, let's meet up next week. And so we arranged a time to meet up.
And did they discuss what they were writing about each other for the newspaper article?
No, we didn't know what each other had written about the other one, so that was quite exciting. And by that point, we had gone out for dinner a couple of times, and so we knew each other, but we had made a point of not telling the other one what we'd written.
So Olivia and James became a couple. And 2 years on, what is it that makes their relationship work?
Oh, that's a good question. I think what makes our relationship work is, well, we've both got a good sense of humour, and I think James is hilarious. So I'm laughing a lot all the time.
That is very important, humour, I think.
Yeah.
Not just general laughing, but being able to diffuse moments with humour is very important. And if you don't share a sense of humour, it's hard to do that.
But I think also our interests are ever so slightly different. So things that James says, you know, are his interests, I used to claim were my interests and then realised I never found the time for them, things like going to the theatre. And so when I met James, those were the things that we did together, and it was brilliant because I was suddenly finding the time to do the things I claimed I liked doing, but never quite managed to squeeze in.
And the relationship works so well that they've decided to spend the rest of their lives together.
We had known each other for just over 2 years when I proposed. Yep. About 2 years and 2 months, I think. I had planned to propose at Christmas time because I knew Olivia would be with her family then, and I thought that would be a good time. And also her family live in Scotland, in a very pretty part of Scotland, and I thought it was quite near the sea. I thought I could propose on the beach. Well, that sounded like a good plan. But then I decided, no, it's now. I'm going to propose now, or at least the coming weekend. And we were going to the theatre to see a play, and it's the National Theatre, which is quite a cool building. And I thought I could propose somewhere in the theatre. So we then arrived at the theatre. Olivia said, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to lunch. I'm very hungry." I
had been promised lunch before the play, and then there was this change of plan, and I got really grumpy.
I said, "Why don't we just go on a tour?"
Because we don't have time.
It'll be brilliant. It'll be a great, they're really good. It'll be really short. He said, "No, it won't." I went, "Come on, it'll be brilliant." And so Olivia stood there with her arms crossed whilst I waited for the lady to arrive to take us.
Yeah.
She took us straight to the biggest stage at the National. There are 3 stages, and the biggest is the Olivier stage. We needed something to prompt us, and so she said, "Well, you have the audience of the Olivier here. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?" And Olivia laughed, and I said, "Well, actually, Olivia, come and sit with me on the chair." On the 2 chairs. And she said, "Oh no, what are you going to do now?" And I said, "I've actually been planning this all week." And she said, "Planning what?" And at that point, I sort of slid off my chair and onto my knee and asked her to marry me. She sort of gasped and said, "Yes," and grabbed me. And a big hug.
And the news of their engagement didn't just thrill their family and friends.
The girl who set us up, she was lovely. And she was lovely, you know, as things worked out. We stayed in touch with her, and, you know, we told her quite quickly when we got engaged, because she'd been doing that job for quite a number of years, and we were the first couple she'd set up to get married. So
apparently when I sent the email or text or whatever it was, she stood up in the middle of their open plan office and put her hands above her head and said, We've got a blind date wedding. Yeah, it meant a lot to her, I think.
Yeah.
How nice, wasn't it?
Yes, amazing.
That was really amazing. You see how it worked out? That was really cool. And how he proposed. I liked the part when he proposed to her in the theater. Oh, that was so cute. Oh, that was really, really cute. And you see, these things, they don't happen very often. Like you noticed when he said that the lady from the agency, she was so happy that she put her arms over her head and she said, "We have a blind date wedding." because that doesn't happen very often. This is something very
Yes.
rare. So that was really amazing. So great, Lorena. That was the introduction to the unit, right? And that was so nice because it's inspiring, right? It gives,
Yes.
yeah, isn't it? It gives us hope and it gives us good feelings, right? That's very nice. So now we have the introduction in relation to language. What is the focus of the lesson in terms of language? So as you can see here, the lesson wants to talk about modals and related verbs. So we've learned a lot of modal verbs so far. And this lesson will kind of wrap up the idea of modal verbs. It will give us a review on modal verbs. And something else, it will give us a better explanation on modal verbs and also some related verbs so we can understand and use them better, okay? So in the
Okay.
first activity here, we have some meanings to analyze. So modal verbs have many different meanings. We know that. Match a sentence in A with a meaning in B. So we can notice that. The first sentence says, he can ski. What is the idea of that sentence? Here.
Ability.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's the idea. So here we can choose letter D as the meaning of that modal. And here, the modal verb is can. Now, try to do the same thing for the other sentences. Find the meaning and put in the box the
Teacher,
corresponding letter. Yes, Lorena.
what is letter F?
Willingness or
Willingness.
unwillingness. Yes, willingness is when you have the desire to do something, when you want to do something.
Okay.
Okay, so when you want to do something, when you have the
It's like in
willingness.
a wish?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I will just give you some time to do this activity. So let me see here. I think you can do this activity in 1 minute. I think this will do.
Okay.
So, okay, you can begin. Okay, have you finished?
I'm in number 8.
Okay, almost over. That's okay, I can wait a little bit more.
Okay, thank you. I finished.
Okay, great. So let's check, Lorena. What did you put here in number 1?
Permission. Number 2 or 1?
Sorry. Number 2. Number 1 is letter D. Okay.
Okay.
What about number 2?
Permission.
Okay, great. Permission. You can't. Okay. Number 3.
I put letter C. Obligation.
Yes. Very good. Awesome. Number 4. What did you put?
Letter C again.
Actually, here,
No.
it's advice. What's the difference? When I say you must see the movie, we are using here the same modal verb, okay? But the idea is slightly different. The idea here is it's so good that you must see it. I'm giving you a suggestion. I'm giving you advice. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the idea. So it's not really obligation. It's more advice. Okay. Because I know you love it. Okay.
Okay. Because I think could be a mother.
Okay. Telling a child. Yeah.
Yes.
You must see the movie.
Yes.
I know.
But don't have a exclamação. How can I say?
Yeah, there is no exclamation mark. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, here the idea
exclamation mark.
Yeah. Here the idea is of giving a suggestion, recommending.
Okay.
So number 5, what do you think?
Probability.
Yes. You see, it's the same modal verb, must, but the idea is different. Here, I'm saying that he must be rich. I'm making a deduction. Okay. According to the evidences, all the pictures that he posts, the house, the car, the places he travels to. So my deduction is that he must be rich. Okay.
Okay.
So number 6.
Willingness.
Okay. Here is the idea of showing what you want to do. I'll help you. I want to help you, so I'll help you. And the negative is the opposite. Unwillingness is when you don't want to do something. I won't help you. So you refuse to do something. Okay.
Okay.
Number 7.
Advice.
Yes. Number 8.
Probability.
Yes. Okay. It's a degree of probability. Yes. You don't know exactly, but you believe. So it will be a good party. So you believe it will be. Number 9.
Letter E. Probability.
E again. It's another, it's another degree of probability. It might rain. We are not 100% sure, but it might rain. Excellent. Very good. Everything correct. Great. So you see, right in the beginning of the unit, they give us the meaning of some modal verbs in the sentences and see how we can have the same modal and different ideas. Okay. So look, here we have, we can work it out. This expression here, which is actually a phrasal verb, to work something out. Do you know the meaning of this phrasal verb?
I'm not sure, but I think he is work it out. Funcionar, tipo, I don't know.
Yes, it's very similar. Yes, it's similar. We can work it out is we can make it work out. We can make it okay. Suppose you have a problem to solve, okay? And then suppose you were like trying to solve a problem at school and your professor asks you to work in groups to solve the problem. Then after a few days, your professor gets in touch with you, he sends a message and he asks you, "Hi Lorena, how is that problem? Are you finding the solution? How are you doing?" And then you say, "Oh, don't worry, we can work it out. We can do it. We can find the solution. It's going to be okay." It means that you were saying that in a short time, you can find the solution to the problem, or we can solve the problem, or we can actually solve the problem. This is the basic meaning of work it out, okay? Work something out is to find the solution to a problem, make something work for the better, okay? Since this lesson is about relationships, when somebody says, "Oh, we can work it out," it may be referring to probably a relationship problem a couple might have. And so the couple is probably saying, "We can work it out. So we can solve the problem. We can talk and discuss," okay? All right, so look at the pictures. Who are the people? What are they talking about? So let's just look at the pictures and see who they are. Look at the first one. The second part of the picture is on the other page. Let me try to show the other page. Yes, look. Wow. Terrible. So who are the people in the first picture?
Maybe a couple. I don't know. Maybe unknown persons.
Yes.
Because they are in a traffic.
Yes, exactly. They're just strangers. Yes, they are just strangers. They don't know each other. Okay?
Yes.
So they're just drivers in traffic. All right. He is a driver.
Maybe
She's a driver. Imagine. Oh my goodness. Ex-boyfriend. Oh my God.
Yes.
No. Imagine. What about the second image? Let's see. We have this woman here. She's a little melancholic, very sad. And the other picture, you have another woman. Wow, look at this. So who do you think?
Swallow.
Swallow. Swallow is,
Swallow.
yes, swallow is when you eat something, when you put something in your mouth and you transfer from your mouth to your stomach. This is to swallow.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, after you chew, right? You have to chew first. After you chew the food, you swallow. Okay.
Okay.
Swallow. Swallow.
Swallow.
Yes. So the person here is using the word in a metaphorical sense, saying that
Yes,
you
because
have
you
to,
swallow your pride.
yeah, you have to swallow your pride. Yeah. We
It's
even,
like in Portuguese, carregar sua cruz, or
no,
no?
no, no. It's literal. The meaning is the same as in Portuguese. Here it means engolir, really. Engolir seu orgulho.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay. That's the meaning of the expression. Okay.
Okay.
And the woman is giving the other woman, this woman in orange is giving the other woman advice. So this is a piece of
Yes.
advice. You should swallow your pride.
Maybe
Okay.
they are mother and daughter,
Maybe a mother
or
and a daughter.
friends.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe two friends. Very good. So now that we guessed or tried to guess who the people are and maybe what they're talking about, let's read and listen to the conversations. And as we read and listen, let's underline all the modal verbs we find. Okay, and then we will discuss the meaning of the phrasal verbs, of the modal verbs, sorry. So we will see the first one, okay? So do you know what you have to do?
Yes, underline
Underline. Underline what?
modal verbs.
Yes, very good. Exactly. So let me play. Let me see if the audio is on. Yes, it's on.
Unit 7, Track 2. 1.
What the? Where do you think you're going?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't turn right here.
Who says I can't?
That sign does. Do not enter. Can't you read?
Hey, I couldn't see it, okay?
Then you should get your eyes checked. You don't belong behind the wheel.
2.
I think you should swallow your pride and forgive and forget.
Never. I won't.
You'll have to in the end. You can't ignore each other forever.
I might forgive him, but I can never forget.
It must be possible to talk it over and work something out. Say you will for the sake of the children.
Oh, I just don't know what the best thing to do is.
So I will play one more time, okay?
Okay.
So listen.
Unit 7, Track 2. 1.
What the? Where do you think you're going?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't turn right here.
Who says I can't?
That sign does. Do not enter. Can't you read?
Hey, I couldn't see it, okay?
Then you should get your eyes checked. You don't belong behind the wheel.
2.
I think you should swallow your pride and forgive and forget.
Never. I won't.
You'll have to in the end. You can't ignore each other forever.
I might forgive him, but I can never forget.
It must be possible to talk it over and work something out. Say you will for the sake of the children.
Oh, I just don't know what the best thing to do is.
Okay, Lorena, I'll give you some time to find the modal verbs in the dialogues, okay? And then we check together, all right?
Okay. Can I tell you what I found?
Yes, sure. Have you found?
Yes.
Good. So let's say, and let's highlight the modal verbs together. Okay, so
Okay.
all right. So let me just get the highlighter here. Okay, let's see the first one. You can start.
The third phrase.
The third
Can't.
line, can't. Okay.
The third line.
You can't turn. Okay.
Can't again.
Mm-hmm.
The next line.
Mm-hmm.
Can't again.
Yeah, one more time. Can't you
yes.
read?
Couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Should.
Yes, great.
I think that's it.
Yes, in the first one, that's it. Very good. Excellent. So after that, when we see all the others, we will go back and see the meaning. Okay? Let's see the second part. Where are the modal verbs?
First line.
Should. Okay.
Won't.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
Will. Can be.
Yes, here the modal verb should be have to. Yes.
Okay. Can't.
Mm-hmm.
Might.
Yes.
Can.
Great.
Must be.
Mm-hmm.
Or must.
Yes, just must. Okay.
Work something out.
No, that is a phrasal
No?
verb. No, that's a phrasal verb.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not a modal verb.
Okay.
Okay.
And will.
This one, yes. Say you will for the sake of the children. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. So all the examples are here and we have the examples up there too. Okay. Okay. Now let's see the meaning. That's the next question. What are their meanings. What do they mean? Let's see there. Here they have a big fight, right? A big argument, actually. Wow. And this happens, yeah, this happens a lot in traffic. We call that traffic rage. Okay. This is the name of, yeah, this is the name of this occurrence. Traffic rage. Yeah, it's a serious incident. It happens very often. And people get hurt sometimes, yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Let me try to change the yeah. So let's see the first one. Well, you can't turn right here. What's the idea? We can use these words here on the left to help us.
Permission.
Yes, very good. Permission, okay? You are not allowed.
Because they are, yes, they are talking about traffic law.
Yes, traffic rules, yes. And
traffic rules.
Yes, someone is breaking a rule and they are discussing, they are talking about it. Yeah.
Yes.
You can't turn right here. So that's letter A. Then
but in this case, don't have in a exclamation point. How can I say?
Oh, you don't have an exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
And
but that's okay. That's okay. Yes, but
because
that's okay.
The number one don't have to.
Oh, here in activity 1, you mean you can't pay by check? Yes, but here, this is not.
In number 4, you must see the movie.
Yes, you must see the movie. The idea is of suggestion. It's not you understand. It's not a mother talking to a child. There isn't a context.
Yes.
Okay. The problem with these examples is that we don't have a context. Okay, that's the problem.
Yes.
Here, yes, here in the activity, we have a context. The context is the traffic. We have a situation of traffic rage and somebody is breaking the rules. A person is turning right where he or she shouldn't. So someone says, well, you can't turn right here. So you can't, you're not allowed. So I understand that it's permission because there is a context. Okay?
Yes, me too.
Yes. Then the person says, who says I can't? Okay, so the idea is the same.
Yes.
Who says I'm not allowed? Who says? Okay.
Okay.
That sign does. So there is a sign. There is a sign.
Yes.
Do not enter. Can't you read? So what's the idea of can't here?
Obligation.
No.
Or probability.
No. Now here, can't has the idea of ability.
Okay.
Okay. Can't you read?
Okay.
So it's like, can you speak English? Ability. Okay. Can you speak French? Okay, so that's ability. So can't you read? So he or she is asking, probably he is asking her if she can read the sign. So can't you read? And then she answers, hey, I couldn't see it, okay? So what's the idea of couldn't?
The same?
The same. The same
Okay.
as here, ability. So the idea here is I wasn't able to see. For some reason, I wasn't able to see. Okay. Maybe there was a tree blocking my view or something else. There was a bus in front of the sign. So I wasn't able to see. I couldn't see. Okay.
Okay.
Then you should get your eyes checked. Terrible. You don't belong.
Advice.
Yeah. Advice, of course. Letter B. Now let's see the other ones. Probably this lady here on the right says, I think you should swallow your pride and forgive and forget. So what is the idea of should?
Advice.
Yes, exactly. Then she answers, never, I won't.
Ability. No.
No, when you say I won't do something, you are showing
Willingness.
that willingness.
Willingness, yes.
It's the last one here. In this case, it's negative, so it's unwillingness.
Unwillingness.
Yes, because it's won't. So let's change the words to make it easier. When it's unwillingness, let's say refusal. Okay?
Refusal.
Refusal. Okay. When you refuse to do something because you don't want to do, you refuse. Okay, so it's a refusal.
Could be deny.
Deny, yeah, a denial. Could be.
Denial.
Yeah, here, usually we deny. We can deny ideas. We deny. Deny is more for something abstract.
Okay.
Yeah, could be. It's here in the situation we are reading about. It's more a case of refusal. The person doesn't want to do what she's supposed to do. So she's refusing, she's unwilling to do it, okay?
Okay.
That's the idea. So the meaning of this is typically that, refusal, okay? Then the woman says, you'll have to in the end.
Advice? No?
No. What is the idea when I say that, oh, you have to do it?
Obligation?
Yes. Obligation. Okay. You'll have to in the end. You can't ignore each other forever.
Permission?
Here, it can be
abstract permission because
yes, yeah. This is very abstract, okay?
Yes.
Here, I would say it's more like probability, I would say. Okay.
Yes.
I wouldn't even say permission, because permission is something that
It's more strong.
it's
I
too
don't know.
strong. Yeah.
Yes.
When somebody says you can't ignore each other forever, it's more like probability. It's like it's not possible to ignore each other forever. So it's more probability than permission. Okay.
Okay.
So I think the second one fits better into probability. Okay. And the first one is obligation. So obligation, probability. Next one, I might forgive him, but I can never forget. When I say I might forgive him, what is that?
Ability? Or
probability. When I say I might, I'm saying that probably I will forgive him. It's like this, probably. In the future, it might happen. Okay.
Okay.
I might forgive him. So she's opening a small chance of something to happen. So she's giving a chance, like, I don't know, 20% of happening. So I might forgive him. So there is a probability. There is a slight probability, but there is a probability, okay? But I can never forget.
Refusal?
No. This is more like ability.
Why?
I can never forget means I'm not able to forget.
Okay. Because I have thought like undenied, in the negative.
Okay, but then she would say, I will never forget. She would change the modal. She would say, for example, I might forgive him, but I will never forget. Then it's refusal. Okay. But here though, here she said, I might forgive him, but I can never forget. I can never forget. It means that I'm not able to forget. It's difficult for me. I'm not able to do it. Okay. I can never forget. So the first one, probability. The second one, ability. Now, the next one, it must be possible to talk it over and work something out.
Obligation?
No.
Could you up the page?
Yes, sure.
Advice or probability.
Probability. Yes, it's a probability that the person is sure is possible. Look, she even used the expression possible. She used the word possible. Look, it must be possible to talk it over. So she is giving an idea of something that is possible, and she's almost 100% sure that it's possible, okay? So this is a degree of probability, because probability has many degrees. Almost 100%, we say must, okay? Then we have may, can, might. Okay, so we have different levels of probability. This one here, the person is saying, oh, it must be possible to talk it over and work something out. So, I mean, there is this possibility, and I'm sure it's possible to talk it over. Talk it over is when you discuss something with someone to reach an agreement, okay? Then the next one, say you will for the sake of the children. This expression, for the sake of the children, is the same as the expression in Portuguese, pelo bem das crianças. Okay?
Okay.
For the sake of the children.
Ability?
No, say you will. Remember, will has to do with willingness.
Okay.
Willingness, when it's positive, it's when you show a desire that you want to do something. Okay.
Okay.
So say you want. The woman here is trying to convince her to talk to the other guy. I don't know. Talk to the other person, to say that she will work it out, that she wants to work it out, that she wants to talk it over, she wants to reach an agreement for the sake of the children.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then she says, oh, I just don't know what the best thing to do is. So she's a little unsure. She doesn't know what to do. But you see how many different meanings we can have. Just for us to finish this page, I will play the audio once again. Now that we know the meaning, the real meaning of each modal verb, let's listen once again. And then we are going to listen to two similar conversations, and then we are going to discuss. Okay, but let's listen to the conversations first again, okay?
Okay.
Unit 7, Track 2. 1.
What the? Where do you think you're going?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't turn right here.
Who says I can't?
That sign does. Do not enter. Can't you read?
Hey, I couldn't see it, okay?
Then you should get your eyes checked. You don't belong behind the wheel.
2.
I think you should swallow your pride and forgive and forget.
Never. I won't.
You'll have to in the end. You can't ignore each other forever.
I might forgive him, but I can never forget.
It must be possible to talk it over and work something out. Say you will for the sake of the children.
Oh, I just don't know what the best thing to do is.
Okay, it's very nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, So listen to two similar conversations. After each one, say which expressions are used instead of the modal verbs. So let's just listen with the
Track 3.
transcript.
1. What the? Where do you think you're going?
What do you mean?
Well, you're not allowed to turn right here.
Who says it?
So here we have a similar conversation to the first one here. Okay. So
Okay.
which phrasal verb was used instead of you're not allowed to turn right here? What did they actually?
And
Very good. So they are synonyms. Okay.
okay.
It's not allowed.
That sign does. Do not enter. You ought to be able to read that.
So look, you ought to be able to read that. So
Can't again.
yes. Okay. It's the same as you could read that, right? So, hey, it's impossible to see, okay?
Hey, it's impossible to see, okay?
So here, she said, couldn't. I couldn't see. Now.
Then you'd better get your eyes tested. You don't belong behind the wheel.
So what did he say?
It's better.
Yes. You'd better get your eyes tested. So it's another way to say you should. Okay. They are synonyms.
2.
If I were you, I'd swallow my pride and forgive and forget.
Wow. The first one, look. Instead of saying, I think you should. The person said, if I were you, I'd. It's the same way, the same thing. I mean, it's just a different way, but it's the same thing. Okay?
Yes. It is third conditional or first?
This one here, it's the second conditional.
Second, okay.
Yes. If plus simple past, and the second part with would plus infinitive.
Okay.
Good. Then here, look, refusal. Look, never. I refuse to. Okay. Well, listen.
If I were you, I'd swallow my pride and forgive and forget.
Never. I refuse to.
Okay. So instead of saying I refuse to, she said, I won't. Okay.
Okay.
So, next one.
You'll have no choice in the end. You won't be able to ignore each other forever.
So here, the first one, you'll have no choice in the end. So what is the idea here?
Have to.
Yeah, obligation, right? You'll have no choice. And the second one, ability, right?
Yes.
You won't be able to ignore each other forever. Okay.
Maybe I'll forgive him, but I'll never be able to forget.
So the first one, probability. Maybe I'll forgive him. But look, I'll never be able to forget. This is ability, like we said. So she will never be able to forget. This will be difficult. Okay.
Okay.
Surely it's possible to talk it over and work something out. You have to, for the sake of the children.
Okay, so here, surely it's possible to talk it over. So this is probability. Surely you must, right? So they are synonyms. When I say that something is sure to happen, I'm saying that it's like 95 plus percent probable to happen. So surely it's possible. So probability. You have to for the sake of the children. So here it's like they are putting this, you have to as obligation. But here she says, say you will for the sake of the children. Here, the idea is different from obligation. I don't understand this as obligation. This is not obligation. This is willingness. When she says, say you will for the sake of the children. So say that you want to, say that you want to change, say that you want to work things out, say that you, okay, that's the idea.
Meaning is different.
Yes, the meaning is totally different from you are obliged to do it. No, you're not. So this one, I disagree. Have to for the sake of the children. No. Okay. Then next one.
Oh, I just don't know what the best thing to do is.
Yeah, the last one doesn't have a modal verb. Okay. So you see, modal verbs have equivalent verbs that we can use, and that's why we use in the lesson the idea of related verbs. Okay. Why? Because instead of using modal verbs, we can use related verbs to substitute, okay, sometimes. All right, here in the blue box, just for us to finish, we have that idea matching modal verbs in the box with their related expressions, okay, here below the box. So for example, we have modals like should, ought to, may, must, won't, can, will, might, and could. And we have the related verbs. So to help you out, and because we are running out of time, I will do the following. I will try to show you the answers right away. So you print screen, I think it's better. Look, can you see that, Lorena?
Yes, teacher.
I think it's easier because then you copy that to your notebook. I think it's easier for you to study.
Yes.
Because there are many possibilities, okay? Look, only the first one, look, you have so many possibilities. Just the first one, you have so many. Should, you can use if I were you as a substitute, or I'd, da da da, or why don't you, or had better is also another way to say it. Like, oh, you'd better have your eyes checked. Remember?
Yes.
So the next one, ought to. The same. If I were you, I'd, why don't you, had better. Exactly the same options. So should and ought to have the same idea. Okay. What's the difference? Ought to is more formal. Okay.
Okay.
Here we have may. May is the same as be likely to happen. So when something is likely to happen, we say, oh, it may happen. It's likely to happen. 70%, okay? Must, have to, they are very similar. We will see in this lesson when we use must. There are some special situations when we use must and when it's better to use have to. Okay. There are specific cases. Now, won't, refuse to. Okay, so the negative of the modal verb will gives an idea of refusal. Okay. Can, many possibilities. Be able to, manage to, ability. Be allowed to, permission. Will, affirmative. Promise to, or be bound to. Do you understand the meaning of be bound to?
No, teacher, could you
No?
explain?
Yes, sure. Be bound to is when something is probable to happen. So, for example, I say, he proposed, a guy, we saw the video, right? So let's suppose that when a guy proposed to a girl and they have been seeing each other for 2 years and now he just proposed. So I can say that she will probably say yes. So she is bound to say yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now here, might, be likely to. It's the same as may. What's the difference? Might is a more remote possibility. Example, let's say 50% chance or 40% chance of something to happen. Oh, it might rain tomorrow. There are some clouds in the sky today, but I don't know, it might rain tomorrow. I haven't seen the weather forecast, but it might rain tomorrow. So I'm not sure, I don't know, it might rain. Okay, so it's a remote possibility. Okay, could, it's a degree of probability again, be likely to, the same idea. So it's something, it could happen, it's possible to happen. It's like, for example, I would say that it could be, it's even better than might. I would say that it would be around 60% of probability. Okay. It's usually more positive than might, okay, in most cases. So were you able to take a picture?
Yes,
Good.
I take.
All right, I took, or I did. Yes, I did. So there you go. You have a related verb for each one of the modals, okay? The second one, put the sentences into the past and the future. Here we have 4 sentences, Lorena. We have, she can speak Spanish. I must go. He's able to speak 3 languages. And I have to go. Now, how can I say these sentences in the simple past? Let's take a look. Look, she can speak Spanish in the past. She could speak Spanish. So that's okay. Okay. The second one, he is able to speak 3 languages in the past. He was able to speak 3 languages. So it's the verb to be in the past plus able to. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I must go in the past. I had to go. So we can't change must into the past. It doesn't have a past. So I need to use had to. Okay. So I had to go. And the last one, I have to go in the past. I had to go. Okay. So have to go and must go, they have the same past form. Now, the future. How do we say the same sentences in the future? He can speak Spanish. Future. She can speak Spanish. Sorry. She will be able to speak Spanish. So the verb can doesn't have a future form. You need to use be able to. Okay, so I can use can in the past, but I can't use can in the future. Okay, so she will be able to speak Spanish. Now here, he is able to speak 3 languages in the future. He will be able to speak 3 languages. That's okay. Now, I must go in the future. I'll have to go. There is no future using the verb must, like there is no past. So I have to use have to with the auxiliary. So I'll have to go. And I have to go in the future. The same. I'll have to go. All right.
Yes.
Yes, that's very interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
You see, some peculiarities of phrasal verbs. Oh, of modal verbs.
Yes.
Some modal verbs, peculiarities. All right, Lorena, can I close? Can I close this?
Of course.
Great. Awesome. So this was the first page, right, of the lesson. We had a lot of things to explore. Next class, we will do this activity. Okay. You don't need to worry about it. We can cover it next class, no problem. Let me just take you back to our page here on Google Classroom. If possible, if you have the material, you can try to do the workbook. Can you see the page on Google?
Yes.
Okay. So if possible, you can do the workbook pages 42 and 43 to help you out. And I really recommend taking a look at these files. They give us some ideas on modal verbs and their meanings. Okay, you have some nice files here. And the last one, Lorena, is a PDF with some exercises. This is very nice. So if you have a chance to do it, I recommend. Okay.
Okay.
And anybody else watching the video. So let me just take a picture here to record the attendance. Okay, picture taken. All right, Floreninha. So today you had private class, Lorena.
Yes.
But that was great. That was awesome.
Yes.
It's
I
great.
learned it a lot.
Oh, how nice. That's good. It was awesome to have you here, Lorena, and I loved your project. It was beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you, teacher.
I will
I
send
love you.
Oh, I love you too. I will send you some feedback, okay, this weekend.
Okay,
And
no problem.
be careful, okay? Be careful, take care. If you need to go out or do something, always take care, okay?
Okay, you
Pay
too,
attention.
teacher.
You too, baby. And hope to see you again next week, all right?
Okay, all right.
So, bye-bye, dear.
Bye.
Oh,
See
don't
you.
forget, post a picture so we can see your drawings. All right?
Okay, okay.
Okay, bye-bye, dear. Take care.
Bye, teacher.
See you.